Guys, stop everything! Stop everything! The first teaser of the teaser for Supergirl just dropped. The film's official account, which is simply Supergirl, posted the teaser, and then it was retweeted by James Gunn, who confirmed that the trailer is coming out this week, but he didn't say which day. So let's react to this teaser of a teaser and talk a lot about this trailer promotion that's coming this week. All right, people, there's a lot to cover in today's video, but before we start, don't forget to click the like button, comment down below, and subscribe for more content like this. Let's react to and analyze this teaser of the teaser. Actually, it feels like a teaser of the teaser of the teaser because the video is 10 seconds long. But okay, let's try to analyze two scenes. Well, the first thing is that she's waiting for a ship to arrive, right? And it's probably what looks like a spaceship bus stop. I don't really remember this happening in the comic, but that's fine. I also don't remember her being out of costume and wearing casual clothes in the comic. That's why I think this scene might be from the very beginning of the movie. The ship that's arriving is cut off from the shot. You can't really see it, but it really looks a lot like the ship she uses in the comic, the one she uses to travel between planets with Ruthie. In this second shot seen from afar, it looks like there's a suitcase next to her. That's probably where her uniform is. Another thing that caught my attention is that Ruthie isn't next to her, which leads me to believe this scene is from the very beginning of the film. Also, she's wearing sunglasses. Maybe she's wearing them just for the style, maybe because they're nice sunglasses, right? Millie Alcock is a beautiful woman and all, but it could also be to hide a hangover since this Supergirl, being based on the comic, is one who has unresolved issues from her past. And because of that, she likes to drink. In the Superman movie itself, they mention this about her, so that's why I strongly believe this could be early in the film, because that's when the hangover aspect is more relevant and all that. And do you guys think she's on Earth? Like, is this interspace bus stop on Earth? I don't think it makes sense because then any human could just leave Earth by hopping on a space bus. So I don't think this is Earth. It's very likely an alien planet. There's even a planet in the comic that looks somewhat similar to this one. To me, it makes much more sense for it to be an alien planet. Now, it's a shame that in the teaser of the teaser, they chose a scene where she's not wearing the suit. Because if it were a teaser with her in the suit, I'm sure it would have gone more viral. You know, I think marketing didn't really consider that possibility. There's also the logo that, for some reason, doesn't have the movie title. Not exactly a new thing, because we saw the logo at CCXP. But the movie title was in front of the logo, and here they put it without the title, which is kind of strange. They could have put Supergirl in front, because the way it is now, it looks like a teaser for the Superman movie. But anyway, it's just a logo. I won't complain too much. And by the way, the logo itself is really pretty. The whole S is very nice. We all saw that image with the logo and the title, and now I understand why they didn't include the title. The title is too big to fit alongside the logo. So they chose to keep the logo large because the teaser was made for mobile, and the Supergirl title would have been cut off. So they had to pick either shrinking the shield to make room for the title or leaving it out. And whoever edited this clearly chose to keep the logo big. I get it. It makes sense. Now, talking about the marketing part, James Gunn confirmed the teaser comes out this week, and Daniel RPK's info was that it would come out on Thursday. So far, everything seems to indicate Daniel APK was right. But I still hope DC rethinks that strategy because there's a rumor that the Avengers Doomsday trailer is dropping Thursday too. I think it would be better to release Supergirl's earlier, Wednesday or Tuesday. Now, something that really gives me hope for this movie is Millie Alcock's star power. She's not a super mega star yet, right? She became famous because of House of the Dragon, but in terms of film, this is her first big movie. Everything I saw from her as Supergirl in the Superman film, and now in this tiny teaser, which is basically one scene, makes me think she has the ability to really hook people and win over fans, especially female audiences, since Supergirl naturally appeals more to women, teens, and kids, and I think she'll have enough charisma to become a fan favorite. Honestly, I hope that if the movie does well at the box office, like $500 to $600 million, a big part of that will be because of Millie Alcock's star power as Supergirl. I think she's perfect for the role, just like David Corenswet was for Superman. That casting was perfect. And Millie Alcock in those two scenes already proved she'll deliver a great performance, but I think she'll give even more than that. I think she'll gain a huge fandom, kind of like Scarlet Witch did in the MCU, because of Elizabeth Olsen's star power. For the DCU, that's great. We want this movie to do really well. Now, another detail, when the movie's logo appears, there's a sound that's like a futuristic door opening. They definitely didn't put that there randomly. That sound must be in the actual teaser trailer. It strongly suggests we'll see the interior of the ship. And honestly, this whole sequence is probably the very first scene of the teaser. I can already picture it. She's waiting, Blondie's music is playing, then the ship arrives, she gets on, and the song kicks in with vocals. It really feels like that's what the teaser will be. I was also thinking about the changes they'll have to make to the original story. And for example, this bus stop scene isn't in the comic, but there are also things in the comic that are iconic and very hard to adapt. Like the comet sequence, when Supergirl flies through space with the comet in that gorgeous scene. It's absolutely perfect in the comic, and unfortunately, I don't think they'll adapt it. Yes, it's an adaptation of the comic, but it won't be exactly the same. Still, I'd try really hard to include the comet scene because it's so iconic and beautiful. Actually, a huge part of why the comic is so great is the art, the visual spectacle created by the two Brazilian artists. The script itself is good. I still think it suffers from some Tom King problems, like excessive narration, but with Tom King, you just have to accept that. If Tom King writes it, you have to accept his 500 monologues. But aside from that, it's a very good story, but one of his best, actually. What I really want and hope for from this adaptation is that they understand that the best part of the comic comes from the art, from the visual spectacle, and understanding that when you make a film adaptation, you have to make a huge effort to create a massive cinematic experience. That's what I want, a big cinematic experience from Supergirl. I'm confident about the script. What worries me is whether the team can deliver a strong visual spectacle. It's a sci-fi film mixed with a sort of Western revenge story, and that's what the movie needs to nail the most. And then there's the whole Lobo situation. We still haven't seen him, but I hope they include Lobo in the actual teaser. We need Lobo. He has to appear somehow so they can start selling him. You have Jason Momoa. You need Jason Momoa to help sell this movie. In my opinion, it's better for them to save his face reveal for the official trailer, the March or April one. And in Thursday's teaser, just hint at him, like him sitting on the bike or messing with his chains, or maybe we just see his back during the bar fight he has with Supergirl, something like that. That's what I expect for Lobo in the teaser. But to me, it's non-negotiable that he must appear somehow. If he doesn't, then you'll have to agree with me that DC loves playing on hard mode, as if releasing the teaser on Thursday alongside Avengers wasn't enough. Let's see how much DC wants to play on hard mode this week. Now, about the box office, what do you think will happen with this movie? I'm still very worried about the competition it'll face. It's boxed in between Minions and Toy Story. Like, fate was cruel to Supergirl in this competition. But what can you do? That's how it is. I'm hoping the movie can make around $450 million. That's why the budget can't explode. It can't be a $200 million movie. It has to stay around $150 to $170 million. Because with $450 million, you're already talking profit. And I think it'll definitely reach $400 million. But the key is not going over budget. That's what makes this film such a challenge. I said earlier how much this story deserves a massive cinematic experience. So I saw a big sci-fi film with spectacular visuals, but I'm also saying it needs a $150 million budget. So it's hard to make a film like that, but not impossible. We've seen visually impressive films that weren't extremely expensive, and the director, Craig Gillespie, is someone who has never worked with huge budgets. Maybe he can structure the film without being overly megalomaniac in some things, but the entire team has a tough challenge to make a big, high-level blockbuster cinematic experience on a tighter budget. The margin is small because of the box office risk, and I'm sure no one at DC Studios wants Supergirl to flop right after the Netflix acquisition. They definitely want to show results. Anyway, guys, that's everything I can say about a teaser with 2 scenes in 10 seconds. Please comment down below and don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more content like this. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.